won the trip for the most 5 apple reviews. He has so many, a shocking number that he will reveal in this video. Teachers, I have another interview for you today. Backstory, I won the China trip to Beijing with VIPKID in January 2020 and met fantastic teachers while I was there. One teacher that I met was Dean Jensen. He's from Spain. He's American, but from Spain, which is a really nice time zone for teaching VIPKID. He won the trip for the most 5 apple reviews. He has so many, a shocking number that he will reveal in this video. He accredits most of his success with getting 5 apple reviews with the way that he writes his feedback to the parents after class. He has a very unique way of writing. I've never met anybody who writes it this way. And this video was filmed in our hotel lobby. Every morning before we got ready for our plans of the day, the 7 of us teachers would sit around the table together and we would just talk about our students and talk about teaching and talk about feedback and talk about everything. So I hope in this video you can feel like you're just right sitting next to us and it's like we're your coworkers, right? Chatting about a new way to do feedback. So a couple details about this way of doing feedback. First of all, you should know he teaches mainly older students, levels 3 and up, and this method is probably best for those levels. I tried it last week, and I'll tell you about how it went for me, but it didn't work very well for me for the younger levels. The way he's describing to you is a very, very detailed way to write feedback, and he uses up like almost every character possible in the feedback box. Don't be intimidated. I want to give you this disclaimer before you even hear from him, because he didn't learn this method overnight. He talks about how it takes practice. And another disclaimer, this won't work for everybody. So if this is not your way, that's okay. Just a fun idea. And I did try it. I'll tell you at the end of this video how it went for me when I tried using his system. Okay, I'm here with Dean. This is Dean. He teaches a bazillion classes. He won for highest 5 apple, and he has a really unique way of doing feedback. Can you tell us about it?
Yes. So what you do is you during the class you open the feedback like the sidebar there, and then what you do is the best way is like when you first start out, put like 1 or 2 like very detailed comments with like the slide number. So like slide 13, I don't know, present simple, third person singular, present simple, grammatical mistake. And if you can type exactly what they say and then write what they should say because of the grammatical rule, the students will do much better in future classes because the parents will read it and then they'll say, look, on this slide, right? So for me, I just put slide 14.
So
and then
you don't do like a recap of the content of the class
I do a transcript. I do a transcript, literally. It's like page by page.
That's
I go
amazing.
on slide 2, I do this, on slide 2, we went through this. He's doing a great job on slide. I mean, you have to make it positive too, because if you write too many negative comments, it's kind of like a beat up session, you know?
Yeah.
So you say, hey, no, he's not having any problems with this. And then, or I would take a heavier focus on this, but it's for your own sanity though. I mean, seriously, because if not, you're just gonna keep correcting the same thing over and over and over. And I'm tired of correcting, comes with an S.
Right.
And every day you hear the same thing. So
do you submit it between classes?
No, I submit it at the end of each class. So I finish my day, I'm done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I usually finish it 20 minutes. I
so
finish
you're
it
typing while you're teaching?
Yeah, I'm typing, looking at the student and extending.
Have you ever gotten a comment like that you're not paying attention?
No.
Okay, it's good.
No,
Have parents responded well to that?
They love it. You can see all of the, I don't know how many, 7,600 comments. It's all about incredibly detailed, you can just see all the, and with new parents especially.
How many
takes practice.
Do you have? Tell us your stats since you have it up.
7,645.
7,500 apples?
Yeah. But it takes time. But it takes time though. The first couple weeks, because you can only focus on typing. You know what I mean? But if you just type and you just go, hey, and you ask them a question, and right when they ask the question, you start typing, and then they'll produce the answer, and that gives you a time to at least type slide 14 and then like do your own little coding system, like P dot C dot present continuous, for instance, and then you can shorten it, and then you can add that to what is your normal, like if you use feedback panda or whatever you use. But then you're starting to provide like more details, and you're eliminating like the common problems that we see, like articles. They don't have them in Mandarin, so they'll forget them constantly. Or like present simple, present continuous, you know, all the normal things that we hear.
Thanks for sharing your tips.
Thanks.
As I mentioned in the beginning, I did try Dean's method for a few weeks. I have been trying it, and like he mentioned, it does not come easy. I used to just type in between classes. It's a bit of a learning curve. But here's what I found. I found that one, it has forced me to really listen more carefully to what my students are actually saying so that I can provide, like he talked about, that detailed correction. And yes, it is true. Parents have loved it. I've gotten some great feedback on both WeChat and in 5-Apple feedbacks. So it's great to give parents ideas of things that they can work on. So that's my advice. That's my advice for you. Give it a try and then tell me in comments what you think. All right. Thanks, teachers.